I know this is a bit cliche, but this is reality. I hate making videos with my face on the camera. I mean, just think about it. Recording it alone, just me, myself, in this 3 times 4 room, makes me look like a complete idiot. But then again, what choices do I have? Why am I not dead yet? Why the judgment day is still so far ahead? Questions like this pop up in my mind every once in a while, every now and then. Anyway, the only reason that I'm doing this now, right here, at this very moment, is because this is an assignment that will ensure my score in the intercultural communication subject, in which none of these scores will determine my future. Thanks. So what's up everyone? How you been doing? I know it's been difficult for every one of us knowing that this COVID-19 is all around us. Well, I don't know about you, but for me myself, it's been a pretty hectic one on my end. Well, hope you're all doing good, and let's start the presentation, shall we? So, what do we have here? 3 pieces of carton. How bad it will be? Well, it's the worst. I mean, I don't really know how to make a GO. I mean, graphic order, but from what I read in the Google Classroom, I'll pick the cycle diagram since it's the easiest way, if I do say so myself. So, I got a marker and one of the 3 pieces of the carton. So, well, since I don't possess any whiteboard, so get used to this. Let's start with the word culture and language. Well, it's been a very debatable topic about which came first. Was it the culture or the language? But from the religious point of view, it would be the language that came first. So I will pick from that point of view. So, language. Uh, from the religious point of view, Adam already spoke a language with the Almighty God. Yeah, well, you know the story, we all know the story. And we'll take from that point onward. That language, we don't really know. It still remains unknown about what that language was. And from that language, the system of grammatical structure was already created. So from that point onward, and knowing that the human is getting more and more, uh, the culture was born. So let's make the cycle. From the language comes the culture, and the culture is a habit. It comes from a habit of many of 1 or 2 people, and then becomes a group, and then it becomes the culture from the language. And from this culture, we have the attitude. Attitude. So when people have language and they can speak many things, they can order something, they can ask something, they can chit chat, comes the culture. With the culture around, with the custom, the tradition, people will have a certain attitude, be it verbally or maybe just doing things, daily things. Well, the attitude was born. And then this attitude would then be included in educational, because culture, this thing right here, this will give birth to the education. From education we can know the culture, from the education we can get the attitude, and that's called, actually this is educational attitude. Can you read that? Well, I don't really care if you can read it or not. I mean, this one is pretty bad diagram itself. So from the attitude we can determine the behavioral of the men and women. So I will not be discussing much about women, because femininity and all such things. I don't really want to get deeper into that. Uh, let's take from the educational. We have the value. the value of life. It comes from the education. When you get an education, you get a proper understanding, a deeper understanding about your life, and you get the value of your life. So, with this value comes the personal value, in which it is a value about yourself, what you're good at, what you're bad at, what your habit, and all such things. And comes the personal value. No, I'm sorry. And comes the family value. It means it is a value in a small group, your own family. It's between you, your mom, your dad, or your brother, sister, whatever. That's the family value. And that family value, you will then bring that up into the work value. So you're not messing up with your work. You can bring the good value that you learn already in your home. You can, uh, you know, sharpen your personal value, and you can make a deeper understanding about yourself. And from this value, you can speak a proper language. So that's the cycle. From the language comes the culture, which creates attitude. And from attitudes be included in educational, it creates value, and with that value, you can make a proper language custom. So that's the circle, the cycle of intercultural communication. So that's all for me. I'm Willie Halim Sugiarto. Thank you.